Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Street Scores. We have an exclusive roundtable here, exclusive Washington football team and Tennessee Titans roundtable here with my boy Titan Anderson. I put his link in the description. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy. We just want to talk about football, man. He reached out to me, just said he wanted to talk about some football, and we definitely got to talk about it, man. Because first of all, his team is looking way better than ours. I mean, they found it. Ryan Tannehill, I don't know how they revived their career, but my man's is from San Diego, born and raised.
Born in Stockton, California, moved and been in San Diego since I was 2 years old, man. So basically my whole life in San Diego. I had a pretty terrible dad, so had to kind of get away from that situation and move to the beautiful San Diego and love it.
Yes, sir. So yeah, how did you become a Titans fan all the way in San Diego?
Well, we used to have the San Diego Chargers here. I never liked the Chargers. Well, my thing is, being in San Diego, everyone's a Charger fan. You know, the right thing or supposed right thing to do is, root for your hometown team or whatever. But I was always the type of person that I like to be different. I didn't want to follow people. I wanted my own football team. And before that happened, I was never an Oiler fan. I just want to state that. Love the colors, but that logo was trash. I could not. No, that tower thing was not. No. I was actually a Barry Sanders fan. I rooted for the Lions when I was a little kid because Barry Sanders, running back's my favorite position. And then when I was about around 9 years old, and I saw this logo right here. This logo right here, man, I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So ever since then, I was a Titans fan. Still am today, and never will change. And it's all because of a logo.
I love it. I'm not mad at it at all. I love it, man. And I mean, for everybody that's y'all always ask me from Atlanta, but I was born in Maryland. And even if I could have been born in Alaska. My whole family's Washington football team. My mom is diehard, so it was pretty much destined to be no matter where I was born. But I happened to be born in Maryland before I moved to Atlanta, so that's how I ended up here. Part of Burgundy and Gold Nation, and HTCR and all of that. But yeah, man, I definitely want to talk about your team because our team is full of drama. So we definitely gotta.
Oh, but I'll tell you one thing though. I don't mean to cut you off, but Chase Young, man, that guy is nice, man. Like,
thank you, man.
The future on that guy, like literally, if he stays healthy, man, you're gonna have an amazing football player for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shows so like once you guys everyone kind of goes through a rebuilding process, trying to figure things out. But that's definitely a guy you want to build around on that defensive unit. He's just a savage, man.
Yes, sir. I love him. He's not getting the stats necessarily, but that's because he's the one eating all of the double team. So I love Chase Young, and I'm really happy we took him. I feel like we should go quarterback this next draft. I'm glad we didn't go quarterback this past draft because Chase Young just doesn't come around often. I'm happy with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But I was looking up like the last time we played and everything. We've only played, I think 7 times or something. No, we played 13 times. That is crazy that we've only played that few amount of times.
Yeah, we don't see you guys very much. We don't see you very much at all.
and it's crazy too because the last time we played y'all was December 22nd, 2018. And y'all won that game. That was the tiebreaker. Y'all are up 7-6 in the series, in the historical series.
We'll see you guys in like 4 years.
Yes, sir. I went and looked it up too. We play y'all again in 2022, and it will be at our home. So we'll see how our franchises look by then. Hopefully, we have a new quarterback. Y'all will still more than likely have Ryan Tannehill. He's balling. Derrick Henry putting the team on his back. Great defense. So we just got to see. Hey, man, when in doubt, take an Alabama running back. They tend to work out. Other than Trent Richardson, they tend to work out.
Oh, I know. I was surprised he didn't work out. He was a savage in college. Oh, my God.
Just vision. He had everything but vision. It was crazy. Literally everything that you needed but vision.
Yep.
Yeah, and somebody said in the chat, Derrick Henry is the stiff arm monster. Man, I used to hate it back when he used to go against my Georgia Bulldogs, man.
Man, they just got him to 99 stiff arm in Madden. They just got him to 99. It's like about time. Come on, man. I know, right? Throwing kids into the stands and stuff. It's like, come on, man.
Now, honestly, he was one of the most fun people to play with in Superstar KO last year in Madden for me. mean, I would take a blue version of his card in Superstar KO over another guy's purple, just because. I mean, he was gonna break that first tackle no matter what. I loved him.
Oh yeah, I used to play. I haven't played this Madden yet, but I played over 100. I don't like the Madden Ultimate Team because I don't got time for it. So I like to do a Madden online head to head, and I played over 100 games, and it was pretty good. I actually won a YouTube tournament for YouTubers. We all got a few of us got together, and I actually won it. I got a few of the games online. But yeah, Derrick Henry is. Oh man, sometimes people get me right at the line. I'll just press X, and then he'll bust through like 3 people moving forward. It's like, oh my god, man, freaking video games, man.
It has to be so frustrating to go against that, man. Yeah, he was. I haven't even played with him in the yard, so that's wild. I know in Superstar KO he was great, but yeah, man. As far as the Titans, I mean, y'all look really good this season. Y'all almost came back against the only undefeated team left in the NFL. That was a valiant comeback. I mean, the fact that Ryan Tannehill even showed that type of grit. I mean, his arm is just a revived career for Tennessee.
You know, I explain to people because a lot of people will diss on Ryan Tannehill and stuff, and they're like, oh well, he's got like what I think it's like 14 touchdowns, 2 picks or something. They're like, he's not a top 5 quarterback, and the first thing I say to him is he's not. I understand that he's more of a game manager with a better arm than a typical game manager has, and he can run when need be. But the thing is, he's never had a threat and play action threat like Derrick Henry. It makes just everything, like, people don't realize every single down. Well, 9 times out of 10, Derrick Henry's in the game. You're getting at least 8 people in the box. That leaves one-on-one on the outside everywhere. I don't care how good you are at corner or safety, nickel, whatever. It's hard to guard somebody one-on-one with no help every single play. So Tannehill's just being a surgeon out there. He's just finding the guy that's open. And it's one-on-one everywhere, you know, because teams, if you don't put everyone in the box, Henry's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. Yeah. So people are daring Tannehill to beat them, and he's been doing that.
Exactly, man. And I like the fact that you said that he's like, of course, he's not a top 5 quarterback, but I mean, he's definitely, in my opinion, you can win a Super Bowl with him with enough weapons outside.
I think so.
And we definitely got to get to that because, I mean, I haven't been really paying much attention to AJ Brown. I paid attention to him a lot last year, but I lost track of him this year. So I want to get your take on AJ Brown. But before we move on to that, I just like basically, I mean, first of all, his situation in Tennessee is way better. I mean, the offensive line is better. That's why he's been able to stay healthy. One of his main problems in Miami was that he couldn't stay healthy. The offensive line was atrocious. And then also, like you said, he has a run game to counter with, to keep defenses, defenders in the box. So he has one-on-one matchups outside. And then he's just been performing. And thank goodness for me, because I have him in like, out of my 7 fantasy leagues, I have him in like 4 of them. I love him. I almost like him as much as you do.
Yeah. I just got this for my son recently. I had to get him a blue Derrick Henry jersey, man. Got my wife a blue Tannehill, and then I got the custom split jersey, but not down the middle. It's a front baby blue, dark blue on the back, Titan Anderson on the back.
Yeah, I like that.
Had to do it.
I like that. But yeah. So what's going on with AJ Brown? I lost track of him. How's he been doing this year?
You know, the thing with him is he had a bone bruise, so he missed I think it was 2 games. And you know, we have a lot of weapons. A lot of people don't realize that we have a lot of weapons on offense. So we weren't playing that many great teams in the beginning of the year, so we were able to kind of get by. Corey Davis has stepped up. But the thing is, since he's been back, it's I think it's 3 games, around 5 touchdowns or something like that. He just broke off like last week. Tannehill threw him a simple slant again. Everyone's stacked in the box. AJ Brown does a slant route to the inside, takes it 73 yards untouched. He actually posted the highest speed for a ball carrier this year in the receiver position at 21 something. I don't 21.5 or
really?
21.4. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't realize he's not slow. His top end speed is iffy, but his initial burst, when he catches a football, he doesn't slow down. He keeps his speed, and his acceleration is just ridiculous. His top end speed is whatever. But yeah, he a lot of people didn't realize. I didn't even know he didn't look like he ran that fast to me. But he got away untouched, and he's been balling. The Tennessee Titans aren't known for receivers. I think we all know that. Yeah, Randy Moss was with us for a week. That don't count. But like Derek Mason, Kevin Dyson, those might have been our best receivers we've ever had. And those guys were limited also, in my opinion. Like, we've never had someone who can literally change a game. And this guy is ridiculous. Like, last game, he had 5 or 6 catches, $150 or 60 or 70 or something like that. He scored. Like, he's like, it's weird. Like, the three-headed monster with Tannehill, Henry, and Brown. Like, I never expected Brown to be this good. I knew he had talent. I've seen him at Ole Miss playing, doing his thing. But seeing what he's able to do right now and help this team, especially with everybody in the box, again, going back to Henry, just taking everyone's attention, it's just ridiculous. And plus, he's 230 pounds. Like,
yeah, he's not like a normal receiver.
No, he's like 6 foot, 6'1.5" or something, but he's 230 pounds. So pure muscle with, great acceleration and decent top speed. And I can't wait to see like our football team. If our defense can kind of get it together a little bit, I know we're going to get Adoree Jackson back this week. Then the possibilities are, we could go all the way. We don't want any big time injuries or anything like that. But if we keep playing through Henry and the play action, our offense, I think we're ranked second right now. The offense is perfectly fine. And it's so weird because being a Titans fan for so long, it's like, we're always known for our defense and just trying to run the ball and sometimes kick field goals. Like, we're not used to putting up 40 points a game. It's so strange, but now it's, we're doing that and the defense is struggling for the most part. So it's really weird, but if we stay healthy and get the rest of our guys back, I think the only people who could really beat us is ourselves, like making stupid mistakes, making dumb throws and penalties and stuff like that. But so far, so good. I mean, 5-1. We got the Bengals coming up, which I typically don't really like to look by people because it's still football. They're getting paid to play. But they're really beat up right now. The offensive line is missing three of the starters. So
it wasn't good to begin with.
No, like this is a game we should win. I mean, Joe Burrows is playing out of his mind with what he has, but I think this is a game we need to put our foot down and show people, yeah. When it comes to facing teams that aren't supposed to beat us, we're going to take care of them. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I do the live play-by-play every single week for it, and it's been doing really well.
Same here. I do that with my Washington football team. And, just before we move on, gotta ask about my boy Rashaan Evans. That's another person I kind of lost track of after he hit the NFL. How's he doing over there, man? I love Rashaan Evans coming out of
that's I actually do the live draft reactions too, and that's the guy that I wanted before the draft happened. I was like, I wanted him or Harold Landry, and the funny thing is, we ended up getting them both.
Yeah, I get both. Yeah,
it was so weird. Yeah, and I got video of that too, so it's pretty cool. But that's that guy. I other than Byard, like and now Simmons, I love me some Rashaan Evans. He's a great run stopper, unbelievable speed. I wonder what he would have timed in at. On that fumble return touchdown against the Chiefs last year. He just took off. But this year he's been a little slower. Like he's still doing tackles and stuff. He's just not coming up with the big plays, like making people fumble or getting interceptions or anything like that. But the one play thing that he's known for and he's still doing well is goal line stops. He is just unbelievable on goal lines, figuring out where the open hole is that he needs to go and shut down, just blasting through it and stopping people. That's kind of what he's known for. And so far he's doing okay with that, but between him and Jayon Brown, they really haven't played to the level where I expected them to. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it gets better, but they have not played as good as they played last year for sure.
Okay, so a little bit of regression, but they're still really talented and they can bounce back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love them coming out of Alabama. I think my favorite trait from him is that he wasn't afraid of contact at all. Like, I mean, if it could be a guard pulling to come block him, he's blowing them up. I mean, he's attacking him like he has the ball. Yeah, I love that about Rashaan Evans. And I always wonder how he's been doing. I mean, I don't like to just look at like Pro Football Focus grades. So that's why I really wanted to ask like a Titans fan personally, how my boy been doing over there.
Yeah, man, he's still doing his thing, man. Just not making the same amount of big time tackles, like tackles for losses and stuff like that. But he's still bringing down the guy like in the open field and stuff like that. It's just, you don't get too much recognition from stuff like that. It's not really like a pretty play. It's kind of like an ugly, I bring you down onto the next play or whatever. But yeah, hopefully they can pick it up because the defense has been playing terrible. We're on pace to have the worst third down defense in the history of football. Like,
really? I could have sworn it was us.
No, we're beating you guys by a little bit on that one. Believe it or not, we got this one. Can't take that from us. I don't know. Like Adoree Jackson coming back, he hasn't played all year. It's weird because I thought he was going to play against the Steelers, which we could have used him. He's doing backflips in pads at practice, but he missed the football game. Like if this was the 80s or 90s, someone would have been on his ass. Like you can't. How are you going to do backflips in practice and miss the football game? How does that make sense at all? Like you must not be that hurt. I can't, man. You see me trying to do a backflip like a dead backwards worm. Like it would not be like it's crazy, man. It's so crazy. But hopefully we get him back soon, man. Hopefully he plays against the Bengals. And to be honest, we might not need him against the Bengals, but I mean, I would give him bring him back and kind of give him limited snaps and get him prepared for the Bears the week after.
Yeah, definitely will need him more for that game. I mean, Adoree Jackson's another guy I kind of lost track of after he got out of college. I mean, I love his speed coming out of USC. And I remember him like his first couple of years with y'all, but like this year and stuff, I haven't kept track of him. And yeah. And I feel so sorry. I mean, because that's just so random. I didn't hear about that backflip thing. That's shenanigans. Those are just unnecessary shenanigans.
Yeah. He's very good at coveraging people and with his speed and stuff. He don't get no interceptions. He has 2 interceptions in his career, but he don't get interceptions, but he causes pass breakups and he just makes life really hard. He's like glue out there. Like he does really well at coveraging. He just doesn't get any interceptions. That if he was to get interceptions, he would be talked about as one of the better corners in football probably, but he just doesn't.
Yeah, the casual fans don't care about passes defense. They just care about that interception total. Yep, that's it. That's all they look at when they go to look at it. Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, as you speak about the three-headed monster y'all have with Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, and Ryan Tannehill, I mean, we're just a quarterback away from having the same thing on our end. I love Terry McLaurin. Absolutely love him. We haven't had a Terry McLaurin in forever, if we ever have. I mean, I think his ceiling is that high. Antonio Gibson, once he's able to work on his patience and his vision, I think is going to be electric. He's very athletic. Love Antonio Gibson. He's actually the first Washington rookie running back to get a touchdown in 3 straight games, which is just crazy. Since 2012, since Alfred Morris, which is just crazy. I mean, I didn't even know that until I looked it up like the past week or so. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like once we get the quarterback, we'll be really good. I love our defense. Our cornerbacks are playing way better than what I expected. Ronald Darby is solid. 7th round pick out of James Madison is playing well. I mean, last year wasn't necessarily a redshirt year for him, but we just didn't really use him. I mean, we saw him in preseason. We saw him early in the season. After that, we just never heard from him again. He came in this year's playing well, and Kendall Fuller, we got him back from the Chiefs after we traded him away for Alex Smith. And he's been playing really well. He's tied in the league right now for interceptions. So our corners are playing well. Our defensive line is great. We just need more consistent play from our young linebackers. And then this safety position right now, I mean, we're trying stuff out, and we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like as soon as we get that 3-headed monster like y'all have, I feel like we will be set. I would love to have the quarter. And it's crazy too. We don't have the quarterback part, which is the most important part.
It is. It really is. Like when we had Mariota, and I was a huge Mariota fan, I wanted him to play more Oregon style, run the football. Like he just didn't run the football very often. They tried making him that pocket passing guy, and he's not that. He needs to be on the run. He needs to do these trick gadget plays. He needs to run the football. Like his first year, he had an 87-yard touchdown run against the Jaguars, which is insane. And after that, it's just like, no, let's not have him run the ball. Let's try and protect him, this and that. Well, you protected him all the way to Oakland or Vegas. Sorry. But he never really put up crazy number. He never threw 30 touchdowns in a season, which, I mean, it's not the easiest, but I mean, nowadays, throwing the football as much as people do, it's really crazy to see. And when we traded for and brought Tannehill in for a 4th round pick, which when you look at it in hindsight now, wow, what a trade.
Crazy deal.
It's crazy because like I figured, we have one of the best backups in football. Well, damn, I was wrong. I was wrong on that one. He's a lot better than the backup quarterback. He fits I tell people he fits what we do perfectly. We don't want him to go out and throw 50 times. We want to run Henry 25, 30 times a game. We want to do that. We want to play off of play action. We want to get everyone involved, this and that. Play smart, limit the turnovers, and trust our defense and everything like that to win football games. A lot of people say the Titans are not fun to watch. I have fun watching them, but a lot of people.
I love watching.
A lot of people don't like that.
I was so happy. I was so happy y'all beat the Patriots in the playoffs. I was rooting for y'all heavy, just off of. I like the fact that y'all just run the ball and win with defense. I was like, man, in a quarterback's league, it's so great to see somebody do that.
Yeah, I made a video before this season started saying this offense has a chance to be the best Titans offense in history, and we're on pace to be the best offense in Titans history. I just felt like AJ Brown. I didn't see like a one-year wonder. I saw somebody who wants to be great, and that's one thing too. Is when you evaluate people, they could be the most talented people in the world, but if their mindset is not "I want to be the best," it will affect them completely. AJ Brown wants to be the best player, not just at receiver, but the best player in the NFL. He'll literally tell everyone that. Derrick Henry, I was gonna say Chris Henry. Oh my God, Derrick Henry is kind of the same way. He's kind of quiet, but every year he gets more and more vocal and stuff, and he wants to be great. Tannehill is very similar, but the thing I love about Tannehill, he is so unselfish. He doesn't care if he throws 1 time a game, 50 times a game. He doesn't care who's scoring. He just wants to win football games. That's it. So I feel like we have the perfect people brought in to make this run at a championship. But it's easier said than done. There's a lot of good football teams out there, man. Like the Steelers are playing tough.
Man.
Ravens, I feel like they're still one of the better teams, but their quarterback, man, aka the slot receiver playing quarterback, he needs to learn how to throw past 20 yards accurate. He can't do it with pressure. He can't. The balls sail. It's like if you look at Lamar Jackson's release, it's almost like a baseball, like a flick almost. It's not like a true wind-up throw. I think, and that's one thing that is hopefully he works. I mean, I honestly don't care, but for him, he needs to work on that. And you always got Mahomes. That guy's just ridiculous. But I got asked yesterday who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl. Of course, I'm going to pick my team. But I for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. Those Packers in the NFC I don't know what it is. I felt like Aaron Rodgers felt disrespected by taking that quarterback, and he's out to show everybody, you guys chose wrong. And he's balling out, man. Other than that loss to the 49ers, the dude's been killing it this year. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He looked bad against the Buccaneers too, but yeah, I mean, every time the Packers have made a deep run into the playoffs, or even with the year they won the Super Bowl, people doubted them because I mean they never really had a defense back then. Now they have a defense. Their only problem is that if their wide receivers can stay healthy, but it's basically almost the same Aaron Rodgers. He's been killing it. The games he's been on, he's looked like the best quarterback in football. He's just had a couple of off games. So yeah, I mean, you can never count out the Packers. I mean, again, their defense has improved now. They finally have a pair of edge rushers in both the Smiths. They finally have corners in Jair. They actually have a defense now. So you can never count out the Packers. The Seahawks, I mean, with Russell Wilson, it's tough. It's really tough. I'm going for draft pick on my end. So I just get to watch this as a spectator and enjoy how this battle royale ends up going in the playoffs because I mean, the NFC is tough. The AFC is tough. I mean, like you said, with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, the Raiders look good. Derek Carr is looking like that. What was a couple of years ago where he started to look like an MVP. Then he got hurt. Yep. Then he had a bad year last year, and it was like, oh, here goes Derek Carr going back to his old self. But now he's looking good again. They put talent around him. You can never truly get back the same value that you give away like a Khalil Mack for, but they made well with a lot of those picks they got for him. They got a lot of good first round talent. And the Raiders look good. I mean, they beat the Chiefs, and that wasn't even like a Chiefs team that was making a lot of mistakes. They just straight up beat them. They out schemed them, they out coached them, they outplayed them, out executed them. And then, like you said, the Ravens, even though Lamar, he does have to become more accurate deep. I mean, even when we played them, we were toasting our corners, and he would just overthrow them. He would literally just miss them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has to definitely improve in that way. I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, it's the Steelers are still undefeated. They're the only undefeated team left. They're tough. I knew Chase Claypool would be good, but I didn't think it would be this good. Like I didn't know it was gonna be this. I mean, they're giving him the ball out of the backfield, manufacturing touches from him. I didn't think he was gonna be that electric at the NFL level. And then of course there's y'all with the scariest run game with Derrick Henry and a quarterback that I mean, even no matter how low you are on Ryan Tannehill, and I love Ryan Tannehill. Again, he's in my fantasy league, so I'm rooting for him to break records. But no matter what, at the very least, he's a good game manager at the very least, and he's mobile. That's one of the most important things you have to be in this year's NFL. You have to be able to create plays off schedule, extend plays and things like that. And Ryan Tannehill has that. People forget how athletic Ryan Tannehill actually was coming out of college. People forget because of his days in Miami.
You know, a lot of people also forget, and I've heard this before, is that, you know, because he played receiver in college, he actually, like, he knows a receiver's perspective, where receivers want the ball, like certain things like that a quarterback that never played that position probably wouldn't understand. So
yeah,
that's one
that's
thing
a good
that
point.
I think, yeah, like a lot of people don't see that. Like, he actually played receiver. He understands the receiver position pretty well. So I think that's one thing that might help him out a little bit as well. I also want to, I know it's your channel or whatever, but Billy Scott is my dude, man. That's my main man, Billy Scott, man. I think he gave you the $2.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate the donation. Yeah. Tighten up. I always hear that a lot. I have a few friends from Memphis. I mean, they're Cowboys fans, but they always talk about they hate hearing it tighten up, just like how Falcons fans hate hearing the who dat from the Saints. There's a whole lot of phrases out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my all of my Memphis friends happen to be Cowboys fans, so they hate to tighten up. But from my end, I mean, it's pretty funny to me. I like it. Appreciate the donation, man. Thank you. Big thanks for that.
Hey, so I got a question for you, if that's cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dwayne Haskins, bro. What happened? What's going on? I've heard so many things with coordinators or bad play calling or put in at a wrong time or just not ready to go in. Like, from your perspective, man, you know more about him than I do.
Man, me personally, I still feel like he has a lot of talent and can go somewhere and actually end up being a good quarterback. But first of all, he doesn't fit Scott Turner's system. He's not mobile enough. And then I think Ron Rivera just didn't like him from the jump. I mean, Ron Rivera became the head coach of this team, and he basically inherited Dwayne Haskins. He didn't pick him. He didn't draft him. He didn't trade for him or anything.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, he was like, I'm going to give him 4 games, show Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder's literally the only reason we have Dwayne Haskins, too. Jay Gruden didn't want him. Nobody else wanted him but Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder forced Jay Gruden to take him last year in the draft. And I wasn't even high on him coming out of the draft. I wanted to go defense. I didn't think. And I feel like once you go quarterback outside of the top 10, that really shows you don't really want them, because otherwise you probably would have traded up. Unless you think you have a sleeper in Deshaun Watson or Pat Mahomes. But either way, I feel like we didn't feel like we loved him. And again, Dan Snyder forced it. So, I mean, it's a really unfair situation for him, because I feel like Ron Rivera is basically like, we're going to give him 4 games. I'm going to let him make his mistakes. We're not going to put a great offensive line around him. We're not going to bring in great weapons around him. And I'm just going to basically be like, hey, look, he's throwing interceptions, Dan Snyder. This is not my guy. Let's move on to these other guys so I can show you. Because I think he doesn't like Kyle Allen either. I think because he said before Kyle Allen even started his first game against the Rams, he said it was a report that like Alex Smith was going to be a starter eventually. So they're just going to give Kyle Allen some time to go out there and show what he can do. I don't know if it's for trade bait or whatever. Yeah. But I feel like Ron Rivera, and then also Kyle Allen's the same guy that got Ron Rivera fired from Carolina, and Carolina brought him in as an undrafted free agent in the first place. So they weren't high on him automatically. I mean, just, off the rip from their past history with him, we traded, I think, a 5th round pick for him to get him over here. And he was supposed to be a backup behind Dwayne Haskins. But I mean, again, we don't know exactly what Ron Rivera is thinking, but in my mind, I think he doesn't like him, Kyle Allen. He doesn't like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't think Alex Smith is the future. I think he wants his own quarterback, similar to how he drafted Cam Newton high. I think he wants to draft his own quarterback, and then he'll actually be patient with that guy. That'll be somebody who his name is attached to, his reputation is attached to, because his reputation isn't attached to Kyle Allen, Alex Smith, or Dwayne Haskins at all. So him giving up on them early doesn't reflect poorly on him, because it's not like he drafted them. It's not like he selected them, especially high in the draft at all. So I feel like he's gonna go and get his guy out of this draft, and then he'll actually have that patience. Because a lot of Burgundy and Gold fans feel like there's no point in drafting the quarterback if we're just gonna give up on him so soon. But again, I think Ron Rivera is gonna treat somebody that's his guy differently, especially somebody that fits Scott Turner's offense better, where we need a mobile quarterback. That's why I know Trevor Lawrence is out of the question. The Jets, if you look at their schedule, they're not. I just can't even see them winning a game, and that's out of me hoping they win a game. I just can't see it. So Trevor Lawrence.
I've been hearing those Eli Manning rumors though. I don't think I've been hearing he don't want to play for the Jets.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I was like a quote like, "We'll see how it goes." Like,
yeah, it was something like where he kind of said it, but kind of didn't say it.
Yeah, he kept it professional. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. He might pull Eli Manning because I doubt he stays for another year. There's no. I think he'd be more likely to pull Eli Manning and do that. So I mean, I don't know. But again, somebody mobile like a Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields. Zach Wilson is my 4th quarterback in the draft. And so I feel like Ron Rivera is going to go and get one of those guys to carry his offense. Because, I mean, if you think about it, those Cam Newton years when they went 15-1, first of all, Cam Newton played poorly the previous year. He stuck with them, had the patience with them. And then the team wasn't even that great that made it to the Super Bowl. It was really just Cam Newton's back. His receiving core was terrible. He definitely didn't have a Terry Mclaurin. He didn't have an Antonio Gibson. And their defense is really good. They have way better linebackers than we have. But our defensive line is better. I believe our corners are better. I feel like our defense is better as a whole. And I'm pretty sure Ron Rivera, just off of the formula that he knows works, can look at our team and be like, we get one of these really talented quarterbacks. We may not be ready 2021, but 2022 and beyond, we should be, strong, maybe not Super Bowl contenders, but at least, winning a division consistently, having a lock on a division and making playoffs, getting some playoff wins and hopefully becoming Super Bowl contenders. I feel like we're just a quarterback away, honestly, especially once we spend free agency money on offensive line. So yeah, in conclusion, I think Haskins wasn't really set up for success and they didn't give him a fair shot. Hope he goes somewhere and balls out. But again, it's not like Ron Rivera really owed him anything. So it is what it is.
You know what I hope you guys do?
I
hope you get Dak Prescott.
Oh man, no. And don't get me wrong. I think Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback, but bro, the money you have to pay that man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it in my opinion. Not the money.
He's going to be very expensive. He will. I don't know how sold the Cowboys are on him, to be honest. They paid every single player except for him. Everybody got paid except for him. It's like, damn. And I to be honest, I don't like him. I don't like the Cowboys, but I respect him as a football player. He brings leadership. He can make pretty much damn near every throw. And right when he went out, you see the difference. You know what I mean? Like they looked lost. And Zeke is, I don't know what the hell. He's still stuck in Cabo sand. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Gone.
He's not the same guy at all.
Fumbles, can't pass protect. I mean, it's just bad.
Different. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, man, I brought it up because him being in your division, I thought it was funny or whatever. But like you guys need a quarterback, man, and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Cowboys or whatnot. But to be honest, I don't like any of the quarterbacks in the draft other than Lawrence. I think the other guys are just okay. I don't trust any Ohio State quarterback. I don't trust any Ohio State quarterback. They're just not good. They're never good. I don't know. But Trevor Lawrence he's god dang. If someone can actually like cater to him, give him the offensive line he needs and protect him and make him stay healthy, that guy has just all the talent you could possibly want in a quarterback. There's nothing he cannot do. It's crazy. I don't want to see him go to the Jets, man. I feel like that'll be a waste. That team is so hard. But they do get 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. That's a lot. So yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do. I don't know.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I'm just one of those guys that, like, with as much hype as he was receiving, I just wanted to be a contrarian, and I watched this tape looking for flaws. And I'm sorry, he's just probably the most talented quarterback I've seen come out the draft since Andrew Luck, if not more talented. There's nothing. I mean, I just couldn't. Again, on tape, he only reads half the field. He stares down receivers. Yeah. But, I mean, is he not supposed to when he knows the receiver is guaranteed to basically be open pre-snap? Like, he looks over, he knows the receiver's going to be open. What's the point of him looking this way, knowing this guy's going to be open just to say he reads the field? I'm pretty sure at the NFL level he will. And he's shown times he has read the field. It's just like it's not consistent. Because for what? You already know Justin Ross is going to be open down the field. What am I going to look the other way for at all? So I tried. I literally went into his tape like I'm going to find something glaringly wrong. There's nothing. He's mobile.
So much talent, yeah. It's crazy.
It's just too talented. It's way too. I would love to have him. I mean, and And then for the other quarterbacks, I'm definitely higher on them than others like you. Like, I mean, I definitely agree with like Ohio State system. Their offensive scheme doesn't even try to prepare quarterbacks for the NFL level at all. Like, I mean, they're literally just like, win us games here, forget your NFL career. We're not trying to develop you or anything for the next level. We just want you to win games here and do whatever you can to make Ohio State look good.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Justin Fields is just too talented. Because I mean, Joe Burrow, technically Ohio State quarterback, kind of not. Same thing with Justin Fields. He was recruited to Georgia, transferred. You can see what they can do if like a team actually tries to prepare them for the NFL, gives them more of an NFL system. And I mean, with the previous quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State, Justin Fields is more accurate, has more consistent mechanics, in my opinion, and is far more mobile than Dwayne Haskins will ever be.
Oh yeah.
And then with the other guys like JT Barrett and all of those other guys, Justin Fields is just a way better thrower. He's more accurate. He's a better anticipator. And of course, he's also just, freakishly mobile. So I feel like if I had to pick an Ohio State quarterback that would work out, it's Justin Fields. But me personally, I have Trevor Lawrence 1A, Trey Lance 1B, and I have Justin Fields 3rd. So I'm not like the highest on Justin Fields, but I do feel like he can finally break that Ohio State stigma that comes out. I mean, because USC kind of has a stigma right now too. Hopefully somebody can come out and break that quarterback stigma also. But I love Trey Lance's traits. My main thing with Trey Lance is that he runs an NFL system just like Carson Wentz. And I mean, if you can get 2017 Carson Wentz, and I would love that quarterback in a vacuum. And I feel like Trey Lance is probably even more talented than Carson Wentz coming out just because he's faster. And with the North Dakota State, even though they don't play anybody, he's already had experience running like I formation, single back, running play action out of those formations and bootlegs. A lot of like NFL level concepts, reading defenses, reading away to safeties, like things like that. So it's just like, it's traits like that why I love Trey Lance. And that game he played this year was terrible. I don't know what that Trey Lance was. I'm just going to ignore it as an anomaly. Hopefully I'm not going to, indict him on that. But from what I seen the previous year, from what I saw the previous year, I like Trey Lance's traits. And then the fact, again, that he's been running an NFL level type of offense. Again, it's against lesser competition. But again, I'm looking at traits. I'm looking at accuracy. And it's like, even if he was playing for Clemson against Alabama, I feel like that ball would have still been placed perfectly right there, So I'm definitely higher on those guys. And then Zach Wilson for me is 4th. I like him a lot too. Again, BYU, not really playing people, but I like his mobility. I like his accuracy. And we'll see. I mean, again, we have a lot more college football to look at. So I'm excited to see what those guys look like. Trey Lance, we're done. He's already working with Quincy Avery, the quarterback guru. So hopefully Quincy Avery gets him right in a lot of weaknesses of his game, get those corrected before the draft comes up. And we still have Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson to watch throughout the year. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So you think 100% you getting quarterback?
Me personally, I really hope we get a quarterback. So I may be a little biased, but I have seen reports that we have been sending scouts to aggressively scout these quarterbacks. Like, we've been looking at them. And then also just looking at clues. He doesn't like Dwayne Haskins, clearly. Dwayne Haskins never playing in the burgundy and gold again. He doesn't believe in Kyle Allen. Before Kyle Allen even started this year, he said at some point Alex Smith will end up starting, and we're going to judge Kyle Allen on a game-to-game basis, which means like you don't really have any faith in him. Let him have one bad game, he's benched, And then again, it's the same quarterback that got him fired out of Carolina, how he ended up here anyway, because Kyle Allen's the same guy that lost to a Greg Minuski-led defense without Chase Young, without Kendall Fuller, through all of those interceptions, and lost that game for them. And that's the game Ron Rivera got fired. And then, of course, Alex Smith, being 36 years old, he's decent, Dink and Doug decent, but he's not the future. So I feel like Ron Rivera just wants his guy. And just off of my intuition, my feeling, my gut feeling, nothing confirmed, but yeah, I strongly feel like we will go quarterback in this draft, even if we have to trade up for him. If we keep winning games, we end up having to trade up to a top pick. I feel like he may be willing to do that. Yeah,
that would be really good for you guys if you were to somehow sneak out Lawrence. That would be wow. Talk up, man. Your whole franchise, man. Your whole the fans and everything would mark out, man. That would be crazy. And I actually hate that division, man. I just not from all the teams, but I just don't like the Eagles, don't like the Cowboys. The Giants are whatever. And if I had to choose anybody, I think I would root for your team more than anyone. To be honest, when I heard that the whole name was going away, I was like, that's whatever. It happens. But like you can't lose the colors, man. I like those colors. I do. I like the
Yeah,
colors.
it's a staple. It's a
Yeah, like
staple.
yeah. I don't know what I heard something about they might keep the name next year too. I don't know if that's fact or not. I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, Jason Wright, our team president, recently hired. He's only been here for like a couple of months. He said that that we may keep it through the 2021 season, may announce a new name mid 2021, but that would be just weird to change the name in the middle of a season. So I'm just predicting we won't have a new name till almost probably 2022, possibly.
Yeah, man.
If we do,
I'm just hoping you guys keep the colors, man, because there ain't nobody like that. There ain't nobody with colors like that.
Yeah, it's a staple. I love it. I love it, and I definitely don't want to get rid of the colors because I mean, like my Sean Taylor jersey that's over there, it's out of reach, and I don't want to wake up the dogs because they're finally not making noise, so I'm not gonna get up. But yeah, I mean, just the strong. I like the deeper burgundy, like more of this burgundy, not the recent red that we've kind. It's like a dark red that we've had the past few years.
Yeah,
I like this more deeper burgundy that we have right now. Now the numbers on the side of the jersey, I like it. Stepping out of my Georgia Bulldog frame, but the fact that they look like Alabama helmets bothers me some still to the core. But I do like it, honestly. Like aesthetically, it looks good, and I'm down to keep that, even if we change our name. But the Georgia dog in me is just something I can never. I just think
you guys need a logo. You add a logo to what you're already doing, it'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I love the colors. I'm so glad we went back to a deeper burgundy, more the Darryl Green days type of burgundy, rather than this darker red we've had.
Yeah, Darryl Green. That's a name right there, man. Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
That was probably my favorite player growing up. It was Darryl Green, then Sean Taylor, and I mean, I love Terry McLaurin, I love Chase Young, but I don't have just like a definitive that's my guy right now.
You know who I like? I really like. Obviously, Champ Bailey was dope, but I love me some Clinton Portis, man. That dude was funny, so good, man. So good. What was he, like, a walking 1,600 yard season every year? Like,
yeah, man.
I loved me some CP. He was dope, man.
Yes,
I was high coming out of Miami. That when I remember when he came out that year. That's the one player that I was like, every year there's always a few players that I'm like really interested. But Clinton Portis was my favorite player in college. That's that year that he came out. And he went to the Broncos, and I was like, "What the like, whatever." Like, he gets to beat on the Chargers, so it's all good. Yeah, when you guys traded for him, like, just the whole look, man. He had the little visor going, the pads on. Like, that dude was swag, man. He was so dope. Yeah. I love Clinton Portis, man. He was dope.
Thank you, man. He was always so funny off the field too, with the random interviews. He would dress up as different characters after he had a good game, stuff like that. I like Clinton Portis too. I'm glad we keep him around the organization. Like, he's like a sideline reporter and stuff like that. Yeah. We have him included. Same thing with London Fletcher. This year, we finally gave him like an opportunity. He's like a post-game analyst. So I was really happy to hear about that from my boy London Fletcher. I love London Fletcher. I feel like he's just dangerously underrated. I feel like he needs to be appreciated more.
Yeah, that's another name.
I mean, you talking about CP, man. I used to love Eddie George back in Madden days when I was little, elementary school, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be the gamer I am now, man. I mean, he literally made me look better than I was, which gave me the confidence to get better at the game. And that's probably why I'm still so good, like as good as I am at Madden now, man. Shouts out to Eddie George, man. He had a big impact on my gaming career.
Yeah, he was, man. He was him and Steve McNair completely just switched this franchise around. Like, my first jersey was a Steve McNair jersey. That dark blue number 9, man. That dude was so good. And Eddie George was dope too. My favorite Titan of all time is actually Chris Johnson. A lot of people give me slack or
season.
Yeah, they give me hate though. Like, so many people give me hate. Like, they're like, "Oh, well, you've been there since day one, and you're choosing him over all the originals and stuff." And I was like, I never seen speed like that in my life. Every time he hit a hole, it was boom! It's like shot out of a cannon, man. Like, he was the most fun person I watched. And Derrick Henry's creeping up on him though. I can't lie. Like, this guy is just, the stuff he does is just, he's one of those throwback and especially the Tennessee style running backs. We or even though Tennessee, Houston, Earl Campbell, big dude, strong. Eddie George, big and strong, and then Derrick Henry, big and strong. It's like, it fits
wearing down defenses throughout a game. You just tired of tackling them. By the time the fourth quarter comes around, you like, please don't run to my side. Please run to somebody else. I don't feel like dealing with it this play. Just give me a break.
Man, it kind of like, we drafted Isaiah Wilson, Panda, with our first round pick, and he's 6'5.5", 350 pounds, but yet he hasn't played yet because he just turned 21 not that long ago, and the dude's doing donuts in the middle of an intersection in a car. He's over there partying at parties, about to jump off of a roof or balcony. It's like,
I would like to personally apologize because a lot of my Georgia Bulldogs get to the NFL and just don't know how to act, man. I would like to personally apologize on behalf of the Georgia Bulldog Nation. Same thing with Andrew Thomas. He had to be disciplined early this year.
Oh.
We saw what happened with DeAndre Baker. We don't even have to talk about that. I mean, like, I just apologize. I don't know what's going on. Kirby Smart, I don't know. They don't act out in college. That when they're in college, Kirby Smart has them under wraps. I don't know if he's just too strict, and when they finally get from under his tyranny, they just wild out when they get to the NFL level. They're like freedom and just start doing whatever they want. I don't know, because I mean, and that's why I'm scared about George Pickens, because George Pickens is doing all of that crazy stuff while at Georgia. So I don't even know what he's gonna do when he gets to the NFL level. Yeah. He's so talented. I think he has probably Julio Jones level talent. But, I mean, just like Antonio Callaway coming out of Florida, you've seen him bounce around the league with the Browns constantly getting in trouble. Now he's constantly getting in trouble in Miami. I'm worried about George Pickens having a similar future. And again, I'm sorry to the Titans for my Georgia Bulldogs, man. Y'all didn't deserve it. Yeah,
hey, but to be honest, he's young. He's very young. The thing is also, I just picture Derrick Henry running behind that mountain of a man. Like, what would you do as a defender? Like, especially if you're not like a big guy, like as a corner, do you really want to deal with that? Like that's not, come on. Like the thought of that is just like,
that's almost 600 pounds of impact you got to deal with in a single play. And then you got to go back and do it again the next. Like, nah, nobody wants to deal with that. I fully.
Yeah, I hope he can get it together though. Like, he's already been practicing with us again, getting back in shape and everything like that. So I want to see him on the field sometime before the season's over. I'd love to see him on those goal line situations. Just Henry, run behind him. Just run behind him. You're gonna score. So I'm still like, there's at least half of the fan base has given up on him. I refuse to. Already? I keep telling people, when I was 20. I was not the same person. No. Hell no. I was partying. I was doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now, like, me being older and wiser, you get that. So like, you can't give up. Like, one of the funny things I heard was Mike Vrabel was like, I think it was either Vrabel or John Robinson. They were like, one of them said, you don't just find 350-pound people walking around at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Especially somebody that mobile. Like, he doesn't move like he's 350 pounds.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm not giving up hope on him. I hope he gets his stuff figured out, because man, that's I seen some of the plays he made, like when they had his highlight tape up and everything like that. He is remarkable. His strength is, he was throwing people to the floor, just bouncing people out, and I'm just like, I was watching that and I was just like, Henry has to be smiling right now. He has to be. But it hasn't happened yet, but I'm holding out hope. Like, just come on, little guy, or a young guy, not little by any means, but get your stuff together, man. You're a football player. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a sport. Can you imagine?
And just throwing it away, man. I'll never understand it. But I think one of the most underrated things about Isaiah Wilson, too, is that he's so versatile. I mean, you can put him at guard or tackle, whichever one you want to do any given play. I thought he was more of a guard coming out of college, but I think y'all are trying him at tackle right now. So
yeah, he's going to line up at right tackle. Well, Taylor Lewan is gone right now for the season towards ACL, but the guy that came in was Ty Sambarino or Sambrialo or whatever his name is. He didn't give up one pressure last game, not one quarterback pressure. So that's a great start. Dennis Kelly on the right side, he keeps showing maybe he is just a great backup, or but I would love for Panda to be in there. I mean, I honestly could see him at a guard position if he's too slow for a tackle, but I think he deserves the opportunity to be our right tackle. Like, just the thought of Henry running behind him, oh my God, like that would be like, it's already scary running to the left because we have so much talent over there with Roger Saffold, Ben Jones in the middle. Nate Davis is right there on the right guard. He's holding it down, rookie from last year. But Dennis Kelly has been our weak spot on the offensive line. So just the thought of a mentally focused Panda Wilson, his mind in the right place, and Derrick Henry right behind him. That just is like, oh.
Hey, Call up Kirby Smart. Ask Mike Vrabel to ask Kirby Smart what Kirby Smart would tell Isaiah Wilson when he was acting up in Georgia. Because again, I never even saw the red flags because we never heard about him doing anything wrong at Georgia. I don't know what Kirby Smart tells these guys. I don't know if he has a ransom on their head. I don't know what he has going on. But Mike Vrabel needs to call Kirby Smart and get that from him because I want to see Isaiah Wilson be great. I love to see my Georgia Bulldogs go out there and be great.
Man, that's crazy. I'm as of my favorite college team that I always root for. I mean, I still root for them, but as of maybe the last probably 8 years or so, I kind of follow players more than the team. But I've always liked Florida State, man. I've always liked Florida State. Just thought they looked cool as hell. You know, Deion Sanders and all the good players that they had. And shout out to my second favorite running back, Dalvin Cook. Oh man, he's balling out. He's balling out in Minnesota.
As long as he's healthy, man.
When he's healthy,
as long as he's healthy, top 5 running back
easily.
Yeah,
easily. But yeah, and you got Xavier Rhodes. You got so many good players from Florida State. It's pretty cool. I don't even want to say Jameis Winston's name. Oh my god, I don't know what happened with that one, man. But
Derwin James. Y'all have
oh man,
I can never pronounce his name right. The safety coming out this year.
I haven't even been watching college football. I haven't been watching football this year at all for college. I haven't been watching it at all.
It's a safety coming out of Florida State. His name is like Hansa something. I've watched a little bit of him. And he's almost looking like a Derwin James 2.0 kind of, just not injury prone. So I mean,
it's a shame what's happening to Derwin James. Like it literally is. He's a great player. My God, all pro level player, and he can't shake being injured all the time. He's injured, and it's sad because I
hate seeing that in sports.
I was rooting for. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks when anyone goes down. Like I said, I don't like Dak. I don't like the Cowboys, but I don't want to see somebody that happened to somebody. Like it's terrible. And then with Alex Smith, you know, that was terrible, man. Because he'll at least get you to 9-7. Like when he was healthy in his prime, he's gonna at least get you 9-7. You know, you have a solid defense, good special teams. He's gonna he's not going to put up no exciting plays, really. He's going to do the screens and the little quick throws and take his shots when he's got opportunities. But it sucks to see that, especially when you actually see, did you see the thing that about his leg and stuff? That was so, man, that sucks, man. It was
the documentary. That recovery. That's why I'm surprised he went back. After I went through that, I wouldn't go behind this burgundy and gold offensive line what we got this year. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Make me like a QB coach assistant. I'm good.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit, man. He's a fighter, man, and I'm rooting for him. Like I don't think he's gonna go out and be what he was, but just the fact that he's out there when he's got obviously an issue, you know what I'm saying? He's still out there trying to do what he loves to do. That's just nothing but respect, man. That's crazy,
big time. I think he definitely should win comeback player of the year. A lot of people say Ben just because of the stats he's putting up, but Alex Smith, this is a truly unique situation. I think he should win it just off of taking one snap. And then he got sacked 6 times against the Rams and still came out good.
That was so bad. I was holding my breath, get up, buddy, get up. Oh man, dude.
You saw his wife in the stands looking like this, just couldn't even watch. It was crazy, man. It was so bad.
Yeah. His kids were happy as hell though. That was crazy to see, man.
Yeah, they just saw their dad out there playing football. They were excited, but his wife was like, "No, why? Why are you doing?" I'm pretty sure he yelled at him as soon as they got home.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot. Both of our teams have a lot of. I like our future. Y'all future is already, not even the future. The present is great. So, at least we're 2 teams. At least we're not, none of us are the Cowboys whose cap space situation is just terrible. They're always underperforming with the talent they have. I don't like Mike McCarthy. When they hired him, I clapped it up. I was like, yes, we don't have to deal with an Eric Bieniemy. We don't have to deal with, I was so excited. We don't have to deal with somebody coming out of college, some random prodigy. We only have to deal with Mike McCarthy. I was so happy.
Yeah, there's a reason why Aaron Rodgers didn't want him. You gotta, oh man, yeah, that was it didn't make sense. When they hired him, I was just like, what? That's the guy they wanted to run that football team and take him to the promised land? No, that's not the right guy. But it is the Cowboys. They're gonna do that. They're always gonna do that. It is what it is.
Underperforming. Yeah. Jerry Jones meddling a little too much micromanaging.
Yeah.
It's just, and then the Eagles at the same time, their coaching situation is really good. but their cap space situation is also really bad, and you have to hope Carson Wentz can stay healthy. So I mean, their future isn't too bright either. So I love our future in this division, especially with how terrible it is this year. Again, I don't want to win the division this year because for what we're gonna go to the wild card, lose to the Packers 40-10. Like, well, I mean, what's the real? All we do is just end up with a worse draft pick. I personally don't see it. But I feel like with how bad this division is, next year we can be ready to take it over and have a chokehold on it, because nobody in NFC East ever win this division like 3 years in a row. I'm not sure. I think somebody may have done it twice in a row, and that was the first time it happened in like the past 10 years or more, something like that. Hopefully we can be the first team in this division to win the division 3 years in a row since like maybe the 80s. I don't even know when the last time. I'll have to go look it up. So I think this is the best time to take advantage of this division. The Eagles and Cowboys cap spaces are terrible. And the Giants just aren't too good unless they replace Daniel Jones. So I think this is our moment to shine right here.
Yeah, man, you figure out that quarterback position. You already got a crazy ass defense. Scary Terry is a building block for sure on that side of the ball. A great playmaker for you guys, man. I feel like you guys came up on that one, like we came up on AJ Brown, man. Sometimes you know what I'm saying. You get those good ones out of them. So and I've seen a lot of what he does. He does really well. I've actually, because I got the NFL package, man. So I kind of go back and forth on commercials in the Titans game. And I've seen you guys play a little bit. I actually seen Gibson playing. That's what I was meaning to tell you is the dude is just like a little bug out there, just boom, 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 bouncing around, little bowling ball type style player. And I feel like maybe if you pair him with somebody else, I think that would be pretty good. I don't know, because I haven't watched enough of him to see if he's like a full on, like he can handle most of the carries or anything like that. But from what I did see, I can't remember if it was the Eagles. It was there was a game where he was just killing it. I can't remember if it was the Eagles that you guys were playing, but from what I saw, he was doing really well. So
he's a freak athlete. The best way to put it is that he's a freak athlete. He's relatively raw. He's not great in pass protection. His vision isn't up there yet. I mean, because he just didn't play much in college. I don't know why. He's more a receiver than a running back, and even then, he just didn't play much. But he's a freak athlete. I mean,
and a dual threat.
Heavy. Yeah, he's basically, I mean, a lot of people say he's like a Christian McCaffrey, but he's faster though. Christian McCaffrey ran a 4.49. Antonio Gibson, bigger and heavier, ran a 4.39. So I'm really excited about his future. I don't want to say anybody's going to be Christian McCaffrey because he's just too good. It is just hard to compare anybody to that and give him those type of expectations this early. But I love what we have in him. And yeah, I love Terry McLaurin. My favorite thing with Terry McLaurin is that he's so humble and chill and professional when it comes to like being on camera, but at the same time on that field he's talking. I mean, we saw last week when he killed was it Trevon Diggs out of Alabama? He killed them, and he was talking so much trash the play before, and then the next play he killed them. I mean, he was basically like that. Keep talking, I'm gonna kill you, and then the next play he did it, and then he gave like a beautiful speech in the locker room afterwards. I do feel like we have some great building blocks. We just got to get the quarterback position right, and I feel like our future is bright. I definitely, and again, like I said, this division is up for the grabs right now, especially next year. This year, I don't want it. It's up for the grab this year. I don't want it this year, but next year, I definitely want it. And yeah, man. And just to go back to Florida State, man. Florida State is just, they always produce so much talent, but they just don't have like a team all together at once to go win games. It's so weird. They used to be one of those apex teams back in the days when Boise State was good, when Texas was good, and in Florida, back in those days were really fun college days. Now, Georgia wasn't that good back then, but those were still really fun college days. And Florida State being great is just great for college football. Like, it just makes sense.
Man, your Georgia's been so damn close recently. So close, man. Like, it seems like they're always there, but not there. You know what I mean? Like, they're so close. It's crazy.
My perspective on it, what I always try to tell people is that, I mean, we did fold in that championship against Alabama, but we were overachieving those past couple of years. We were getting just straight 3 stars and a couple of 4 stars here and there. And then when we had that championship game against Alabama, that's when then we hired Kirby Smart. That's when we started bringing in real recruits. We started consistently getting 5 stars. We've had the #1 recruiting class, according to 247 Sports, 2 out of the last 3 years. So it's like now we finally have good talent, and I feel like now is our time to finally match up against those guys, because now our 5 stars are starting to become sophomores and juniors, and now I feel like it's our time to actually start going up and winning games. No more excuses, because again, I can give a kind of excuse because we were overachieving. I mean, premier defender on that team, and then we had the Nick Chubb and Sony Michel combo, but then Jake Fromm, I don't like Jake Fromm.
I think he was one thing I'll tell. There's so many people blowing smoke on Jake Fromm, and I was just like, he's not that great. Like literally, he's not. Like he's got 2 good running back, and it's funny because I'll be the first one to admit I was wrong about Nick Chubb. I literally thought that Sony Michel was the better running back. He clearly is not. He clearly is not. I was wrong completely. But yeah, if he stays healthy, he's a top 5, definitely a top 5 back in this league, in the NFL, and he's. Damn, every time I see him, he's doing something. I'm like, damn, he's like, he keeps keeping up with. He almost stole the rushing record from Henry when Henry sat out week 16 against the Saints. I was just like, oh, damn it. But then Henry went and finished it off or whatever. But those 2 running backs at that one time was remarkable. Like, wow, 2 great running backs. That's one thing.
We're always going to have running backs, and we're always going to have offensive line. And then, I mean, we've had the best defense statistically in the nation the past, 2 years, but I mean, what does it matter when your quarterback can't win you games? I hope Stetson Bennett can be good, but yeah, I mean, with the Sony Michel Nick Chubb thing, can't be mad at you, because if you're looking at traits, Sony Michel was just more versatile. He was better he was better in the passing game and everything. His main problem is that he just can't stay healthy. And then Nick Chubb, of course, I mean, he was looking like the next Todd Gurley, but then he kept getting ACL injuries. So we didn't even know if he would ever be the same guy. And I still, to this day, think he's still not as great as he used to be back his freshman and sophomore year that he was supposed to be. Because it's hard to recover from 2 ACL injuries, but still 80-something% Nick Chubb is still really good. And it is one of the top running backs in the league. But I understand the Sony Michel over Nick Chubb coming out of college things, because Nick Chubb with the ACLs and Sony Michel was just really versatile. He was so electric. The way we used him made him look like he should have been the better running back.
Yeah, he was doing explosive plays after explosive plays, and Nick Chubb had moments too, and he was obviously more powerful and whatnot. But when it got to the NFL, it was different. He even looked faster than Sony Michel. I was just like, what the hell is going on? It's so weird, but yeah, that's Georgia, man. Like you said, always gonna have those great big ass blockers wanting, up front getting recruited and all that stuff, and then you're gonna always have you had Gurley, you got all these crazy running backs throughout the years and stuff. So I think that'll probably never change. There's always going to be running backs who are coming out of high school. They're like, I'm going to go to Georgia because they're going to run me. They're going to run the football. So it is, you know what I'm saying?
And it's such a committee that you look great on tape. So you get drafted high, but you also don't hit the NFL with a lot of mileage. It's like the perfect combination for a running back that wants to make his money and also have a great extended NFL career and hopefully get to that second contract that running backs normally don't make it to. Shouts out to Derrick Henry for getting that second contract. And it looks like he's going to hold up. He doesn't look like he's going to regress like a Todd Gurley or an Ezekiel Elliott. So y'all definitely got y'all one with that one.
Yeah, I was super excited when because I didn't think I see players getting signed and stuff, and I'm just like, why are we not paying our running back? It's so disrespectful. I was upset about it, and I remember people were telling me he's getting ready to sign. I was like, I was at Target. I went live on my phone. I was like, we're getting ready to sign Derrick Henry. It was crazy, man. People were like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Right when I was going through to get I was live the whole time, and I went to McDonald's to get some chicken nuggets for my son, and he signed, the final word came out right before I was up at the window, man. I'll always remember that. I was going crazy. I bet you the dude at McDonald's was like, what the hell's wrong with this dude, man? Yeah, man, it was great. I was so happy, man, because he deserved it, man. Our offense, we have a small market, man, and when someone thinks of the Titans that doesn't know much about football or whatever, they're thinking Derrick Henry. That's the guy who stands out. He's the face of the franchise. Shout out to Old Spice, great commercial.
Old Spice, the memes is always somebody getting stiff armed into oblivion.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, he's great, man. I tell people all the time, I always want to win a Super Bowl, and I just want to win one in my whole lifetime. Just win one, and I'll die happy.
Please, same here.
This is that guy. This is that team that would be this team deserves it. This team is good enough to win it if we stay healthy. We don't make too many mistakes, and hopefully the defense can pick up. I know it's asking a lot, but it's not easy to win a Super Bowl.
It's never, you never know, man. It's not like basketball where it's like, oh yeah, we can already see before the season starts who should win it. Football, I mean, as great as the Chiefs look, there's ways to beat them. You never know with football. Everybody has their opportunity. Everybody has their moments. It's no series like basketball. All you got to do is win one game, catch them off guard one game, out scheme them one game, outplay them, have more heart than them one game. You make it past them. You can beat teams that are better than you. And then again, your team is solid all the way around. I love Ryan Tannehill. Again, I may be biased because he's on my fantasy team, but I personally am a big fan of Ryan Tannehill. I love him. I hope he goes for 4 touchdowns every week. That occasional running touchdown he get. Yeah, me too. So I really appreciate him, man.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, the fact that, I mean, it's really hard to get a running back on that second contract that doesn't regress. And the fact that he looks even possibly better now. And I was listening to Bomani Jones, and he made a good case that, I mean, if you really look over the past, like, say, 10 years of running backs, I mean, that have been drafted in the last 10 years, who really makes a strong Hall of Fame case? Because really, honestly, he was basically pointing out, like, when you go back and look at history, all of the running backs that have made it to the Hall of Fame get a certain amount of carries, and running backs just don't get those type of carries anymore. But Derrick Henry does. So he's able to put up those stats that would make a Hall of Fame case that even as great as Le'Veon Bell was for like a strong 3 years, he just hasn't been able to put up those type of carries numbers. Saquon Barkley is extremely talented, but who knows with him not being able to stay healthy and with how bad the Giants are around him. And then we still have to see with Christian McCaffrey. We think he'll be great, but it's still like you got to see right now, honestly, in the league, out of all of the young running backs, Derrick Henry has the strongest Hall of Fame case. And like, I didn't think about it till Bomani Jones broke it down in the way that he did, looking at past stats. And this is what you need. You need this amount of carries every season. You need a couple of 200-yard rushing games. And Derrick Henry's literally building that resume.
You know, one thing about that also is that no one has led the league in rushing twice in a row since LaDainian Tomlinson. I didn't know that until maybe a week ago. I saw something about it. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Another thing is,
there go your charges that you hate.
Yeah, but I was a huge LT fan. I thought he was the black visor, man. The whole flip touchdown
always
thing. He was so dope, man. He was amazing.
I had to have the black visor. I had to in Madden. When I created a character, I had to have the black visor.
Oh yeah. It's oh man, so great. But with Henry, a lot of people need to understand too is when he was in college, he only really got a lot of carries that 1 year. And then in the NFL, the first 2 years he didn't get a lot of carries because Murray was there. And then even in his third year, Dion Lewis took up not half, but he took up a decent amount of carries from him. There was a couple games he started because Henry was just mentally not there. Like, he wasn't being used the correct way. So there's not a lot of miles on his legs. A lot of people don't realize that. He's got low mileage and he's in his prime now. So he you see Eddie George and a lot of these guys like LT Portis and a lot of these guys who had a lot of Priest Holmes, stuff like that, where like for a lot of years in a row, you see 300 carries. He didn't have that. He never had that. He had 300 carries for the first time last year. That's it. And then this year he's on pace for almost 400. Hey, when you pay him, you better use him, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They run the running backs into the dirt, man.
Oh yeah.
The way the NFL works now.
That's my favorite position is running back. Running back is always my favorite position. I love it. I love the running back position. It's so fun to watch. I mean, from Barry Sanders to Chris Johnson to Derrick Henry. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that this team always seems to find a running back. I don't know. Always has a great running back. It's pretty crazy, but I don't know, man. Pretty cool.
That Chris Johnson year, I forgot about that. Was one of the most fun years to watch. And I mean, that's up there with Michael Vick days in Atlanta. Man, but that Chris Johnson 2,000-yard year was
got cheated. He got cheated for breaking the rushing record. It was week 17 against the Seahawks. They do a toss, one of those kind of I don't know what they're called. It's like you toss the ball to the running back to the right, but instead of him continuing right, he goes straight for the hole. And it was a perfect block by Ahmad Hall, and they called holding. It was like 62 yards gone, and he would have been on pace to kill the Dickerson record. They called holding, and after the game, the referee said, "I made a mistake." Yeah. Yes.
Nah, I don't even want to hear that. I prefer for him to just go to the grave with that. That would make
Nope.
me
After
more
the
mad
game.
hearing
Yep.
that.
After the game, he said it. Yep. I was just like, wow. And it was the most pure block. Like Ahmad Hall was one of the great fullbacks that just putting his pads right on you, just boom. And yeah, perfect block, no holding at all. But the guy he blocked looked smaller than him, I guess. So it looked like he was holding him. But yeah, that sucks, man. It really.
Man.
It would have been. I mean, he still owns the record from yards from scrimmage. He has more yards from scrimmage than anybody in the league in a single season, and he's the only running back that has ever had 2,000 rush yards and 500 receiving yards in one season. So that's pretty cool.
That season was legendary. I'll never forget it. It's one of those special seasons, man. It's one of those seasons. Again, my friends are Steelers, Colts, Rams, Bears, Falcons, Cowboys fans. And we randomly just be like, remember Chris Johnson, bro? How great that season was. Like, none of us Titans fans. It's one of those seasons that everybody appreciates.
Oh yeah, he was unbelievable. He had the whole dance, the little dance.
Yeah.
And, boom, like he had everything you could possibly want, man. Shout out to the Dreads, man. Shout out to the Dreads. Yeah, you know,
man, the state of Florida is always producing ridiculous talent,
oh
man.
My God.
They're always producing the speedsters. There's always some great DB talent, running back talent, receiver. The state of Florida is just crazy. It's been like that for who knows how long. At least dating back 40 years.
Man, I got. It's funny, man. It's like I've been a Titans fan since day one, and I got so many stories. I remember when we were drafting, because we were drafting way late. I think it was like 24th when we got him, and I was like, man, I'm hungry. So me and my buddies, we went to Arby's, man, to go grab some food. And by the time I got back, my older brother was like, man, you guys drafted that fast running back, man, that fast guy. I was like, wait, the Chris Johnson, really? I was like, I didn't expect, like, I didn't know we were going to take a running back at the time, but we drafted him. I was like, dude, this guy, man, I remember watching that one YouTube video. My heart is purple and gold. I remember everything. It's crazy how I remember all these things, man. And he's just like the speed he had. Like he would stop running like 40 yards from the touchdown because he's so far ahead of everybody. I'm just like, damn. And it translated, man. That rookie season that he split with Lindell White was remarkable. And then once he got the ball that sophomore season, that's a season. I still watch those highlights every once in a while. Like unbelievable. The speed he had. I've never seen anybody like with cutback speed and vision. And he just wasn't a speed back. He was an all around back. We gave him the ball like he was, you know, and he wasn't as small as people think. 5'11", 205, sometimes like 195 to 205 in that area, but it's not that small, but it's obviously not huge. But yeah, man, that's my favorite Titan to ever do it, man. But Derrick Henry's kind of creeping on him, man. Just that Josh Norman thing. I'm still waiting for him to fall down. I don't know where he's at.
He's gone into oblivion, man. That was poor Josh Norman too. And I'm not even one of those people that hate Josh Norman. Like I wasn't yes when he did it, but I mean that was really funny though. That was really funny.
Oh, I went crazy. I made a video because I do the live stream. Sometimes if I have the reaction that's funny, I'll record it into a separate video for YouTube. And I got it down and it went over 3,000. I think it's like 3,500 views or something like that. But it was just like I was like a kid in a candy shop, bro. I was just like, oh my God, what the hell was that? Oh man, it was remarkable.
Yeah, man, that was hilarious. That was really bad, and to see it live was like, wait, what? I mean, did that really happen? Type of thing. Like, poor Josh Norman.
That was the greatest 4-yard run I've ever seen in my life.
And it's crazy too because Josh Norman is actually. I mean, the one thing you can't take away from Josh Norman is that he's a good tackler.
Yeah,
but I mean, Derrick Henry's just a different type of guy. What can you do?
What can you do? You have to try to take him down at the legs. If you go up high, you're gonna get thrown. That's just, yeah. That was a special play. I mean, imagine if he did that like and scored or something like that would have been talked. I mean, it's still gonna be talked about for a while. But
I'm not gonna lie. That was great. But I'm sorry, turning Earl Thomas into a lead blocker is my funniest Derrick Henry highlight. The funniest. May not be the greatest, but it's the funniest. Yeah. The fact that, I mean, Earl Thomas literally for like 3-4 steps was actually in front with his hands out, looking like he was blocking for him. And he slapped him in changing teams. I mean, that was crazy. That's my funniest Derrick Henry moment.
The 99-yard run, he had like 3 people thrown to the floor, basically. And then the 94-yard run, a lot of people don't realize is he actually stiff-armed a guy going for his legs. His arms are kind of freakishly long.
Like a Tremaine Edmonds.
It's weird because he has, obviously his upper body is huge, but he has length too. So when he puts it out there, he can damn near stiff arm people who are diving at his legs, and that's what he did. So he did that, and then I don't know. It's weird how he's so fast in the open field. He hit almost 22 miles per hour on that run, and it was ridiculous. He broke away from a guy who's 200 pounds, that corner chasing him, or what was it, Reed? Was it Eric Reed or not Eric Reed? What's Jordan Reed, right? I think it's Jordan Reed for the Texans.
It probably was. I think it was, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was him. And the dude's 50 pounds lighter than him, and he's running away from him. Like, that should not happen. Like, that's not normal. It's not normal, man.
It just, I don't know what they feed people in the South. Honestly, I don't know what these recruits. Man. If you're trying to get your college program right, just go to Alabama, Georgia, Florida. I mean, California also too. California, a lot of great players, but it's something about Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida that just. It's just these weird freak athletes, once in a lifetime athlete type of guys. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm so glad. I even have a live draft. That was my first Titan video I made, was a live draft reaction video to drafting Derrick Henry. And I was just like, what? We drafted him? No way. I was going crazy. I was like, wait a minute. We have DeMarco Murray, so I didn't expect this, but we're going to run the ball all day. Like, the reaction is so funny, man. Sometimes people still comment on it and stuff. Like, but it's just funny to see, like, and I haven't been doing YouTube like consistently since then. I just made videos every once in a while and started really taking YouTube serious. Maybe close to a half a year ago, I actually was like, okay, like I'm gonna start putting money into it. Like, just recently, just got the new MacBook Pro 16-inch. So that alone, I mean, $2,500. I got a brand new mic, headset, everything like that. I got a GoPro for other needs and stuff like that. So I put a lot of money into it, but I'm taking it more serious because I enjoy talking football. There's nothing like it, man. It's like
so fun.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, I used to love talking
feel like a job,
and it kind of is though, but it doesn't feel like it. Like,
it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like,
and then you get to meet people. Like, it's no other way I would just randomly meet somebody, you know, almost born and raised in San Diego, like, for no reason. I haven't been to California since I was like younger than high school. I mean, it's just like it's a great way to connect, meet people from different teams, talk trash. It's sports is just different. It's a worldwide fraternity almost, because it's not like it's limited or exclusive. It's just you can always find somebody that loves sports anywhere, and YouTube is a great platform for us to show our appreciation and love for the game and everything. It's beautiful.
Man, I've met some of the craziest people, some of the nicest people, some of the weirdest people on YouTube, man. It's crazy.
It brings out the best and the worst in people, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's something, man. Especially with the more last year I got 169 subscribers. Like, that just shows you I didn't really care for that type of thing. I would just make a video, like I'd make a video on my phone after wings or after Buffalo Wild Wings, like, yes, we won this and that. Now I'm actually like studioed out almost and stuff like that, and it's just like almost between like 250 300 every month, new people just subscribing and stuff. It's going so fast, and you know, it's pretty cool to hear people like messaging me like, thank you for the content and stuff, like small things like that is just like cool,
I always give that a heart.
Anybody
like says thank you,
and I try to respond to every. Sometimes it's hard to, because there's a lot of comments, but I do literally try to at least do as many as I can, and thank you, this and that, even if it's just tighten up or thank you or appreciate it, just something simple, thanks or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's been a wild ride, but I wouldn't change it for the world, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been really fun. I started mine May 2017. Been growing since. I've been having a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I see you got a little nice following, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, man. I mean, it's growing. It's growing. It's been a lot of fun. But again, I mean, of course, there's goals to reach certain subscriptions and things like that, because there's certain things that you can get from YouTube once you reach a certain amount of subscribers and stuff like that. But I'm really just here to have fun. I mean, I just genuinely enjoy every Sunday watching the game with other burgundy and gold fans in the chat with me. Because again, I'm in Atlanta, so I mean, to be able to watch games with other people that like the same team as me, I need YouTube. I need the internet. So, I mean, I just like that in itself. And then talking about my own team. The main reason I created the channel is because I'm one of those guys that likes to do deep research anyway. I was like, well, I'm doing this research. I might as well give it to other people to also know. I love watching draft stuff. The draft is my favorite part of football. Watching kids go from high school to college, watching them go from college to the NFL, just watching people's progression. That alone is my favorite part of football. I like that more than actual Sundays, honestly, in my opinion. So just like, I mean, just I'm always gonna do it anyway. I figured I might as well, give that content to other people to see it. And I like to debate, even if I'm wrong. I just like, to present my opinion. And even if I disagree with people, I just like to see other people's opinions, because I may be wrong. I may look at something, see it wrong. Somebody else may see it differently, tell me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a really good point there, and things like that. So I just love it. I feel like YouTube allows us to all become smarter fans at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like, you're gonna know more about the Washington football team than I am. You know what I mean? So that's why when I ask you a question, you go in depth on it and explain things a little bit better, man. Same with me knowing the Titans and stuff like that. Like, it's so much more real than just searching in Google. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much more real and authentic that way. So I think it's better that way, definitely, for sure.
Yes, sir, man. But man, thank you for just to let everybody know. Gotta give him his credit. He's the one that set this up. He's the one that hit me up and was like, man, we gotta do a live stream. And I think the bye week was a perfect time, because this is just a nice time to just talk about everything. Because right now, especially with our season right now, it's a lot of drama. So to take our minds off it and talk to somebody who's a fan of a team that's successful, kind of get some insight on them. If we have to send some spies over there to see what y'all are doing so we can steal it, whatever we got to do, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is a great time to set it up. So big shouts out to Titan Anderson. Make sure y'all definitely go subscribe to him. I have his YouTube channel in the description, so definitely make sure y'all go subscribe to him. That. We definitely have to have more collabs coming up, man. Love the energy.
Next time you get to come on and on mine, man, and we'll see how it is, man. I got a pretty crazy following as well. Not as many, but those Titan fans, man, some of them are wild, man, but you're not in the AFC South, so they're not going to give you no crap or anything like that, probably. But it's yeah, man, I've seen because I like to follow, I don't just follow just YouTubers in general. I like to follow YouTubers that are different. I don't like people who just seem like they're just reading off of Google or ESPN. I like people who have personality, people who are different. And when your page or something popped up or whatever, and I've seen Ed's too. Ed's a good guy. I've talked to him a couple of times. But I seen your thing, man. I was like, this dude's cool, man. He seemed like somebody like I don't drink beer, but like, you know what I'm saying? I can have a beer with and just talk football. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I was like, man,
I don't either, but yeah, exactly. Like I said earlier, it's crazy. You can meet people that just are so cool that you never would have met if it weren't for YouTube. That's why I really appreciate YouTube and Twitter. Also, being a way that we communicate behind the scenes and everything like that. Yeah, man. Love the energy, bro. Definitely got to collab some more. Anytime, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to pop up on your channel, talk about whatever we got to talk about. Yeah, man. Again, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Titan Anderson. Got to give him all of the credit. He's the one that set this up. And yeah,
I'm actually 20 subscribers from 2,000. Can you believe that? Oh my God.
20 did. Yeah. Hey man, y'all go ahead. We have 48 people in this stream. There's no reason we should end this stream without you reaching that right now. There's no reason.
Yeah, but we'll definitely have you on next time, man. We'll figure it out. Keep in touch and everything. It was fun coming on, and I was reading some of the comments. I know you guys probably can't tell with the glasses on, but I have been reading some of the comments over there on the side, man. And it seemed like you got a lot of people who do respect you, man. And it's pretty cool, man. And they're even over there they're having their own conversations about stuff. So it's cool, man.
It's a family.
Crazy. It's crazy how football brings people together. Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I will never call them subscribers. I always call them Street Scores family members. I don't like calling people. It just sounds like they become a statistic when it's a subscriber. I never call them.
Yeah, that. I've actually said stuff like that before. Like cause I and my reasoning, I'll say I don't want people to feel like I think I'm better than anybody. I don't like that. Yeah. I'm a regular person just like them, and I've explained that to everybody too. Like whether you want to call them subscribers, followers, or friends, or anything, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody by any means. I'm just a guy who happens to have a YouTube channel that loves this football team. You know what I mean? That's all it comes down to.
Exactly. And I always encourage people, hey man,
This guy
start
said, I
your
don't mean to cut
own.
you off, man. This guy, I think he said something about it before. He said he still needs to explain those glasses. Oh man. Um, let me get you real quick. These glasses, one thing I've always worn glasses like Oakley's and stuff, but one thing that I've always said was wow, it looks way different now. One thing that I've always said was like I'll say like tighten up code blue and I'll say Cyclops swag. The reason why I say that, for one, because I have glasses on, I've always had glasses, but I will say that because I feel like with the Titans community, I feel like I'm one of the leaders out there putting out the material. I feel like we're the good guys. And what is Cyclops? He's a true leader. You know, if you know anything about X-Men, he's that leader. You know, he's carrying his team, this and that. So that's where the whole Cyclops thing came from, other than me always wearing glasses, always loving glasses and stuff. So then I went on, I was like, let me fix this gimmick up a little bit. So I went and got me some of the. Okay, I see you. I got.
I'm right with you.
I was like,
not even all of them.
Yeah, I was like, get me some Cyclops glasses, but some Titan blue ones. Oh man, that's perfect.
Oh man,
so
that was Christmas.
It's something to spice it up a little bit, man. Just something to be different.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I'm a glasses person too. This is just some of them. This isn't even all of them, and they're all technically prescription. I have them for different colors, so I'm right with you. I fully understand.
Yeah,
but that's a dope idea though. That backstory. I wish I had a backstory for my glasses. I just like glasses.
Hey, that works too though. Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, man. Hey, I just want to thank you, man. Thank you for giving me some time and just talking football, man. Because I like I said, man, I've seen a few of your shows, and you, I know you've probably seen me in there a few times, giving you shout out and saying what's up and everything, and just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're different. I like to tell people that all the time. When you're different, you stand out more. You're not just you're not just another YouTuber just spitting out facts and stats. You're not. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep and everyone keep supporting him, man, because he does this for you guys. He does this because he cares about this football team, same as you guys. So make sure you guys keep supporting him, man, because he's doing his thing, man.
I couldn't say it better for you. Again, I don't care what team you like. You better go subscribe to my boy Titan Anderson, because go check to see, did you reach the subscriber thing? There's no reason. We have 50 people in here. If you just get 50 more subscribers, you should be there. Please make sure y'all go to subscribe to him. Please help my boy
83. It's not that big a deal. It's just we got close to it. So it was funny. It was funny. We'll get there. All
right, man. If I have to, I mean, if you're not there, I'm gonna check. Next video I do, if it's not there, I definitely I'm probably just gonna shout you out anyway. Especially tell them to go check out this stream anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna do it.
We gotta get you there.
I was gonna retweet it and do all that fun stuff. So once you do it, I'll kind of do my thing too and give you a shout out and everything like that.
Bet. And yeah, like we said earlier, we definitely got to collab again, but on your channel next time, man. Really appreciate having you again. Love the energy, man. Great. Appreciate Titans fan from California, the burgundy and gold fan from Atlanta. Football's a weird play. Football's is a weird concoction. So again, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the stream. Everybody in the comment section. Again, make sure y'all show my boy some love and subscribe to his channel. We will be collabing more in the future. And yeah, man, I'll catch you later, Titan.
Hey, man, thanks again, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys take